I would like to start by thanking the organizer for the invitation. For those of you that are not familiar with this problem, you should know that medicinal drugs are often small organic molecules that neutralize a disease-causing protein by binding to it. As you can see here, this is a 3D structure of a protein and the small molecule binding to it. So docking is a family of techniques that will help you to answer questions, to predict variables of this problem. For instance, the geometry of the ligand, or which of these molecules are actually active and bind to the target, or how strongly they bind to the target. Now, for each of these applications, you are relying on a scoring function, which is essentially a regression model, and it's important to develop scoring functions that are optimal for that particular application. Here, I'm going to focus on binding affinity prediction. This problem helps us to complete the structural interatomic databases by predicting the strength of these protein-ligand complexes, and more importantly, for the problem of drug design or chemical biology, it helps us to design to optimize the affinity of these ligands for a particular target with a range of purposes. So we were the first to use random forest to tackle this problem, and essentially we adopted the PDB-Vine benchmark, where there is a training set and a test set pre-established by these organizers, and essentially we define a way to characterize these protein-ligand complexes by characterizing the atomic level environment of the ligand as bound to the protein structure, and the random forest, what it does, as any other regression model would do, is predicting from the structural features the binding affinity of these ligands. Now, for the test set, we can use this train model to predict from the structural descriptors of these complexes their binding affinity. So what, another nice features of this benchmark is that we could compare with a number 16 different classical approaches to this problem, and we obtained a correlation that was substantially higher than the previous approaches, essentially showing that the classical approaches are based on linear regression, and you can see that they obtain worse performance. So very quickly to tell you that we have studied the way linear approaches compared to random forest when it comes to training with more data. Linear approaches, they are flat. Random forest approaches are actually improving with more data. And if you want to know more about this problem, we have just published this review for this problem and related problems in docking using machine learning. And I just want to finish by thanking our collaborators and the funding that have made possible this study to all of you for your attention. Thank you.